somewhat miraculously, we've managed to get that whole floor in. We do still need to recut this one the right way around, but I've also put in the curtain holes without actually effing it up and making a bunch of mistakes. Here's hoping my curtain rods will. Now I just need to put a center one in here real quick. Call it good. Mostly, I just want curtains in here. It is gonna be so hot today and tomorrow still. Unsurprising, the leveling tool works much better when you unscrew it off the bit that you don't need, so you can actually lay it flat against the wall. I really wish I'd thought of that 2 days ago. Okay, theoretically, feels a bit low, but theoretically the laser line doesn't lie. That doesn't mean it doesn't lie, but theoretically it's not supposed to. Making a mess is what I do. Could she be a doll? Please work as well. All right, let's get some curtains up in this bitch. And through the magic of television, I knock over my very expensive laser level. Curtains! Yay! Whew. Oh, thank goodness. This room will be so much cooler now. Holy cannoli. All right, I'm just gonna clean up my mess here, which is not a small mess, and get to work. Have a great day. We'll see you at the end of it. All right, done working for the day. So I'm gonna just run around and get the tape off the ceiling so I can figure out how much touching up I've got to do. I do have just a couple little spots in this paint. I've got to make sure that I've filled the gaps enough. And I think I spotted a couple other wee spots last night that need to be touched up. Then just a bit of a wipe down of the walls and the floors. What we're basically just trying to figure out is if we can actually put the skirting boards on in here tonight. I'm just not sure, to be honest. There's just a little bit of iffiness around the hallway and how much we can take off. But I think what we're gonna end up doing is moving our bedroom into here so that we can get the underlay laid and get as much as we can done, because tomorrow is another wicked hot day here. So while at least tonight is a little bit breezy, we're just gonna see how much we can do before it's unsociable. I wouldn't say I'm particularly happy about how that edge came out. Quite a few places where chunks came off. For now, I will give you over to Andy as he once again tries to cut this board to the right size. Well, I don't love how much this board moves. Listen.
I mean, yes, I think it's the tape being hoisted too high on it and trampolining it a bit.
That the subfloor isn't screwed down enough.
All right, while you're doing your method, I am just gonna go look at that part L drawing of the stairs again
Okay.
and just try to work it out.
And yes, mercifully, my measurements were. Well, it's a little bigger than I'd like, but it's still fine. Right, so. Let me check myself. So, the board is the correct way up. It is. That split lines there. Push to there. Lines to there. Right, take two. Hopefully we've not cocked this up again. Seeing wires of angels. A bit closer than we might want. Actually. Yeah, so straight a line would be nice there, but yeah, I'm going to do with yeah, that's what I thought. Might take that tear up quickly, but yeah. Job's good done.
So we're just working out the best way to put the bull noses onto the stairs. We're not required to meet part K, which is about falls and stairs for new build, but because we do want to be as compliant as we can, and we're currently sort of barely compliant, we're gonna work on that. So our stairs are not quite 220 mil. Lots of different little quirks. So what we're just trying to figure out is how much we need to cut this plywood back, which we cut slightly intentionally crooked. And now that's a bit annoying because we need to make sure that we'll have a deep enough going on the stairs. So we're going to try to chalk line this. We're going to try to cut it with a jigsaw. Lots of things might go wrong here in a second, but we'll do our best.
Who needs a good blood pressure anyway?
Don't be silly.
I realised we completely forgot to actually film setting the chalk line. Well, yes, I'd already made the mark before we got it in. Okay, seriously, why does your camera not have options to adjust zoom?
Well, that is my one. It's crap. It's not Scottish, it's crap.
There we are. So that's the line we've got to cut with the jigsaw.
Wish us luck. Let's just see if we can get into this corner, shall we? It's not on.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, man. The bigger problem is with the guide, I might not be able to get into that corner from this angle.
Ah, do we want to get the worst jigsaw then?
Well, let me try.
I'm going to bring it in closer because it occurs to me you literally can't see what you're doing.
So what we might end up having to do is to take this last little bit off with the handsaw. that's going to be...
I think we can swing that.
Yeah, because that's as close as I can get in. But, like, we might be able to get a little bit further with the other one. But with this one, I think that's probably it. Now I'm going to have to go in from this way a bit more.
Yeah, so it occurs to me this probably should be time-lapsed. Right, so that's cut that edge. And has overheated Tania to an extent that she's got to lie down for a bit.
Don't make it sound like that. My feet are swollen from being in the hottest room in the house all day.
Only you are reading that as a judgment. Everyone recognises it's the third hottest day of the year, and that was some work. Literally everyone. Right, take two. Okay, so now that edge is nice and straight and meeting Tania's requirements. So, let me talk you through where my head's at. So yes, that is now flush with there, and all the stuff about stairs Tania talked about. So we scribble out this line that's no longer accurate or meaningful in any way. Very useful. Okay, so the boards we've ordered, Tania, you may want to edit in a bit at this point, showing the picture that you've drawn all over in the worst possible drawing program ever. Seriously, next time use paint. But basically,
You're so mean.
you love it. So, because of the things that's hopefully on screen if Tania's done the editing, basically there's under the stair toppers that Tania's buying, we have a 6 centimetre gap where there can't be any boards. There's currently right underneath where I've just drawn the squiggly line. So, we draw that. This is going to be fun. Oh yeah, we've got the chalk outline. Yeah, okay, let's use that.
Yeah, just use it.
What I am also going to try and see is...
Mm-hmm.
6 centimetres to... Oh, basically to the end of the... Nibble, yes.
You love a nibble.
Alternatively, we mark several points because we trust the straightness of Tania's line. We don't trust the accuracy of my pen drawing, but fucking near enough. Okay. Point in the middle. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then that point there. To so the 6 centimetres are where the overhang of the board is going to be. So the boards now, oh no, that was it. We've got a combination of overhang and expansion gap there. So the boards are joining this line, which is almost but not quite where the newel is. Like half a centimetre out. It's going to be a piss to cut. Okay, worry about that problem later. So that is the line the boards are coming up to. But because apparently we can't have a board that's less than 20 centimetres long, if we do the complicated sum of 20 add 6, we realise that nothing in this house is straight. So,
You're pretty straight. One thing.
I've considered the exactness of my straightness, which is probably still puts me as a homosexual by the metrics of a Daily Mail reader. So 26. Okay, so this line, frankly, I'm just going to do a dotted line for this one because it's not a significantly important one. Of course, dotted line is going to be much more work than But also, yeah, it doesn't need to be too accurate because, yes, this is essentially just the line that we cannot start any new boards on this side of the line. Every board has to be at least that long. So, randomly dots, happy little dots in the middle. There we are. Nice, vague dotted line. So, for the boards we've currently got in place, yes, the one that's, or do it this way round. So, obviously, this one doesn't actually exist yet. This one is, yeah, the gap is a gnat's testicle longer than the 20 centimeters, so that will be fine. Nothing there. Hope you're enjoying this change of perspective. This one's fine. That one also doesn't exist yet. So we've now got to put some boards in here. But for now, well, we've got the jigsaw up. Let's put down some boards. Let's cut them to size, and let's, anyway, to work. Measuring boards, measuring boards. Tania wants footage of measuring boards, measuring boards, measuring boards. I've drawn the line wrong on measuring boards.
Okay, hang on. Let me show you. So the first thing you have to do is just this button, nothing else. Pull it down and make sure it's lining up where you want, which is actually pretty much spot on. So just make sure it's all the way flat. Double check. And then the actual start button is behind there. So you've got to just push this long enough to pull that down. So you've got to let it get started before you go down. So pull it, let it get to full speed, and then push it down. So lift it back up. Now pull the trigger to go to full speed. Wait.
Yeah, it's not actually moving.
No, it's locked. Sorry, that's my bad. There you go. Now you're the master.
Here's how you use this thing.
Nice. We're gonna go on just a wee walkabout.
You guys have fun.
This is the Portland calla lily that my mother-in-law got me, which is doing very well. My sunflowers in the bucket are still very happy. Something has eaten pretty much all of the rest of them. So there are just a couple that they haven't managed to peck to death. Jerks. Need to give the strawberries a decent watering, but I think it's gonna rain tomorrow. Definitely struggling. That is bone dry, so I'm gonna dump a ton of water in it here in a second and see if we can keep any of this alive. Do have some nice strawberries. Oh, over-ripe strawberries. Delicious. There actually are a couple of little physalis still alive in here. I'm very excited that my allium are opening up. They make me so happy. So those are gorgeous. The rest of the bed, a little spent, but very pretty. But I just noticed over here, there's a couple of new things that have opened up. So I've got these daisy looking babies, very, very pretty. And just these little delicate, can I focus on it? There we go. Just these little delicate purple ones. They're just so cute. But I also really like this with the foxglove. Yeah, they're really pretty. So happy. And the fuchsia that our neighbor gave us a year ago when we moved in. Also very happy. So yeah, just give everything. And even my rhubarb has come back to life. It was really unhappy when we first replanted it, but seems to be a bit better now. One thing I have realized, this pot doesn't have a drainage hole. So actually, I think I'm just going to turn that into a little bog pond because I can't be arsed to find some of my other drill bits that can go into ceramics. So we'll just make a little wee bog pond. But yeah, overall, most things are pretty happy. I do think my lilac has died, which I find incredibly annoying. But we had to dig it up. It just couldn't stay where it was. But I think it's sadly seen the end. So we are a little bit torn. We're kind of doing a like no mow June thing here, just to let some of the insects thrive. I did see, we'll see if I can get a close up. I did see the other day that, oh, here we go. So you can see right there in the center, there's a bee living in several of these bamboo. So they've filled themselves in. So you can see a whole bunch of them, because these were all drilled out. So any of the ones that aren't drilled out have an occupant. I'm very excited about this.
Christ, I've no idea what video we last finished on, and it's now 8:15. Is it actually 8:15? Oh, 8:10, near enough. And didn't quite get finished what I wanted to. We've cut the boards that are going in these gaps. But first we had to sort out the boards that are going along the wall. And we've got one in, and want to get another one with funny door frames, but the thing that took the amount of time was me going, there's two things we need to do here. Well, three things. One was, of course, getting under the door frames. I think that was one. So doing my TikTok trick. Two was realizing, hey, that's going to be a pain in the ass, so let's cut a line there. And three, that length is just slightly shorter than one board, so can we do this in one board and have the clippy bits? And the answer is technically yes, but we're still trying to navigate round that door frame, and I messed it up 3 times. We've now got to find a pencil eraser to clean off one board before we can use it. But yes, this one here is the one that's now got to go there. That one's just in there to confirm everything works, and it does. But yes, I've got to cut around there, and then we're getting into insociable hours. So, yeah. So a line there is getting remeasured and cut tomorrow. These boards are going in. Right, see you tomorrow then. Right, fair enough then.
Here we have my husband surprised that he did it exactly right and that it went exactly in.
Yes, because I'm still expecting to have to tear up all these floorboards, but I'm pleased that I didn't have to do it for literally the first one.
As am I.
Now where there's one very short board that's supposed to go. Well, there's this one short board.
One short board. One light board.
Right, this is where it starts falling apart, in my estimation. So you're suggesting put it in here?
Yeah.
What now, genius?
See if we can lift this up enough to slide it in.
You see me not being able to lift it up enough to just slide it in there, and you think I can hoist it up like, what is that, 3 inches?
Well, maybe you can't on your own, but what if you had a wife to help you?
Well, unless you've got the non-Euclidean geography that allows that to fold up while keeping locked in over there, I'm not convinced this is a numbers game.
I don't know either.
I mean, you can have a go. You're not going to succeed.
I mean,
This is what I've been prophesizing for days, and you've just been saying, nah.
I have not been doing any such thing. Andy was right. That's the whole brief.
It's 4 rows, it's not too bad.
Well, no, again, it's more just that one that was so difficult to get in.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that either, but, I don't see another alternative, and then once we do this now, that's the last time.
Well,
that is
exactly.
The last one.
Exactly.
If we get it solved now, it's solved forever.
I mean, that's the dream, babe. That's the dream.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this today.
I'm not, yeah.
Like, you may have started us on this journey here, but I'm the one who's...
Andy's taken over. Make a note.
Boom! boy, do I love splinters, by which I mean, ow.
Oh, my love.
Where are they?
I've done nothing.
You've done something. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it was definitely not nothing.
Yay! A board's in.
Right. And now, it's a long climb back up.
Yes.
Raggy fingers.
Oh, my babe.
No.
Excellent.
No.
Oh.
So where's the last little boards? Did I not measure? Did I not measure the last little board? I mean, it doesn't matter for the purpose of finishing this room. I just thought I'd cut enough boards.
I don't see another one.
No, I must have forgotten that one. Oh, well, again.
Oh, could you?
Again, fortunately, that's not the exercise. The exercise is this bit.
Yeah. We've done it before. Twice before, as it happens.
And I still don't know how you got in beforehand.
Magic. Just gotta remember what I did a few days ago. Okay, so that side's in, yes?
I mean, it's not done and dusted until that one's in, but essentially, yes.
Okay. So we just need to click this little tiny bit.
Yes, and this was the part where I was saying, it's impossible, this is terrible, you are listening to me, and then you immediately got it
Yep.
by magic.
I mean, it's mostly.
So, I don't know how you did it, but yes.
Told you I'm a witch. I mean, it's actually really close to being. Alright, just all the way is the question. Just need to go. There we go. Told you I was a witch.
I still don't understand how you did it.
Why do you deny my skills in magic? I just like to will things into existence.
Because, I mean, Tania, magic that thing back into place again, that means well, contiguous flooring out here, that doesn't need to be fronted by contiguous flooring out here. The closest thing to anything related to there still here is this one board I forgot. But yeah, as far as floorboards go, this room is done.
This room is done. I just need to literally touch up a few spots of paint, and we're moving stuff into this room tonight.
Well, touching up paint, skirting boards, but
Yes,
yeah.
the one thing we're waiting on is the adhesive for the skirting boards.
Ah, yes.
So before we have to start work at 9, we're just gonna miter cut these boards so that they're ready to go. I don't know if the adhesive will arrive today or tomorrow, but at least we can just get everything ready. So all we've got to do is just like that, honey. Okay, so first I've laid the skirting boards this way, so I'm gonna just hopefully make a line there. Then opposite way, make a line there. And now I've got my miter points. So the next step is measuring this long wall. First, I've just got to make sure I've got it back for that wall measurement. Could you be so kind as to grab me another one? Now, the challenge we have on this side is that the wall is very bowed, so we will probably have to do something. We don't know what, but something. Okay, so all the way to the wall. Just bring that in front of there. And same trick, right at the 9. Okay, that's one. And then we can do that other wall.
Well, we need to work out what's supporting the board in this corner first, because
You said that you had a couple of female ends, of little skinny ends. Yeah, so see if it will just latch around the male bit enough.
well, I mean, it will, but it also doesn't.
So
That works. I mean, there's a...
Yeah, so we might just need to cut a slightly longer one from one of the waste pieces, but really that's all there is to it, because even that little bit will at least support it without going too deep into the gap so it doesn't have an expansion zone.
Don't worry, I'll spackle once again.
Did I just do that?
Yes. So spackling privileges run out at the moment.
Look what I've done! Oh, look, we've got another end here that doesn't go all the way. So basically, we're absolute amateurs and our cuts are shit. So that's exciting.
This is why perfect is the enemy of the good.
Because you
drive yourself mad trying to attain the perfection you can't achieve.
I mean, that might be true, and I'm still not going to leave big giant gaps showing on my skirting boards.
Ultimately, your best is the best you can do.
Whoever told you that is a liar. I'm really hoping we've got a lot more skirting boards.
Yes.
Okay. Because this seems to be, weirdly, you witch, the exact right amount for this room. Why are you such a witch?
Because I used maths, plural, to work out broadly how many boards we wanted.
Oh, did you?
I'm quite surprised it worked so well.
There you go.
Right.
So, obviously, cuts to be had, but all of the skirting board for this room is marked and ready for very exciting miter cuts after work or during lunch.
Yes.
Yes.
The flash is still on.
Yeah, it is. Well, unfortunately, my cuts are a bit rough, so I've definitely done my measurements on the mitered corners a bit off. You can see there's quite a little gap there. I think it could be worse, but not super excited about that bit, if I'm honest. So some of these, like this bit right by the door, I'm actually not too worried about. So maybe it's just that one actually. And the same here, this one behind this door. You know, obviously I'm gonna have to put a little spare piece in there. So, one annoying corner, but I'm actually not gonna beat myself up about that one too bad. Just because if and when we actually put a study desk in here, it'll go against this wall and I might have to take the skirting board off anyways. So what I'll probably do is just decide which end of it I want to fill and stick a wee spare piece from an offcut in there. So I definitely do not recommend doing any of this in this heat, obviously. But like I said, now we just have to touch up the paint in here. When the adhesive stuff gets here, I'm not even sure it'll be tomorrow, so we won't be able to glue anything down, but it's at least done enough that we can move some other furniture in here and start working on our bedroom, which really is the key, because we're just running out of time. So it couldn't come at a worse weekend when it's super hot and we've got things to do both Saturday and Sunday evening. So we're just plugging away at it every few minutes that we've got. Yeah, I imagine it'll be slightly frantic around here Thursday, trying to make room for all the stuff we have in storage. Stay tuned.
Me again, innit? So, a bit of work has gone on since we cut the skirting boards this morning. Let's show you. So, we started off, there was one board in the skirting boards which had a massive gap in it, so I decided to try and cut a skirting board to fix it. Very unsuccessfully. In one of them, I cut the Goran mitering literally the wrong way round, which would have made it ideal if we were going around a corner, but we aren't. So, 2 wasted skirting boards there. Hopefully we'll repurpose them. But yes, most of what I've done is sending this, not you yet, just bringing this out as far as we can into the hall before we have to start doing stuff in the bedroom. So, yeah, I mean, really, next step is lay the underlay in the bedroom, and that involves clearing the bedroom, so that's what we're going to do this evening. Well, stepping ahead a bit, as I've mentioned, is planning the next rows. So if I put our template back in, we'll start that literally a millimetre over there, cutting in, literally had a millimetre going over there into the newel. So for when we start in the bedroom, we're going to have to run a test row all along this row, and then we're going to have to measure to cut a 1 to 2 inch strip going along here, and then run them all back along here, and then we'll put down some floorboards. Right, so yeah, we're going to go and tidy up. Tania's cutting some spacing stuff to fill the gaps so that she can be ready to glue in the skirting board tomorrow. And I'm going to start tidying. See you tomorrow, I guess.